Thank you very much. Let me say a few things as we start. Number one, we must agree that there's so much of misinformation that goes around about the budgeting process, particularly within the Nigerian system. Secondly, I want to say that there are a number of so many intricate details about the budgeting process beyond what people know as the main phases of budget preparation, budget approval, and presidential assent. Thirdly, let me say that, and this is very important, the pose has always been that the Nigerian budgeting process, is it just a technocratic process or is it a political process? Much of what we know today as budget padding, I remember the last time in 2016 when the padding lexicon was introduced into the Nigerian budgeting system. At some point, we found it very difficult to actually agree on what was meant by padding. Most people will want to believe that padding means, yes, a budget was passed and figures were added to it. Particularly within the context of the recent hoopla and media hype about padding. We had stories of 3.7 trillion, added to the budget. But if you followed the trend and the news about what happened later on, you will now understand that when the Senate went into plenary and the senator who made that allegation, I think if you watched very well and if you had everything, you will see that there was a kind of tepid disclaiming of the issues that were originally painted across overseas media and so on. So at some point we have to really find out what really do we mean by padding. But I can say this, that I haven't found where the Senate or the House of Reps at the joint sitting said, this is the budget we passed, and we have seen another thing in the public space. So I come back to the fact that we really have to understand that is the budgeting process a technocratic process or a political process? Now let me end by saying this. I will come to it later on when you ask me some other questions. Now, nobody is claiming that the budget has always been a perfect tool. No. That's why I said there are so many intricate details. But don't forget, the same National Assembly we are talking about has the powers of the pause. Secondly, the same National Assembly has the powers to regulate its own activities. Now, there were allegations, some senators got this, some got that, and so on. But if you went around what they said, it was all part and parcel of whatever they do as an internal system. And I can tell you very quickly that every year, once the budget is introduced by the federal government and is sent to the National Assembly, part of those details I'm talking about is that from the presiding officers to the least senator or the least member, there are a number of guidelines that are adopted and they cascade all through. And lawmakers are all briefed properly and from the beginning to the end. So when it finishes and we begin to hear all these stories about padding, about this, we need to agree exactly as to what we are talking about. But as to say that, yes, let us improve the entirety of the system, yes. We've had issues about constituency projects, and I don't think these are the things that people are arguing about. The ICPC and so on have always given reports, and nobody is, that's a different thing entirely. But when we carry all these things and we say it's about padding, and then I think the international image we bring to ourselves, and don't forget, I've said, the budget is not a perfect document, but I think we need to know exactly what we are saying. But it's not perhaps what many people are thinking. The budget is not as simple as people think, that you just take a budget and you add figures on and it's in the public space and everybody is implementing it. No. So let me stop here for now.